fuel economy tuned, I mean, that's something where you see a variance, right? Where the truck has a certain fuel economy stock. With tuning, it's never promised or guaranteed, but since we are making things a lot more efficient, most guys do see an improvement, whether that be half a mile per gallon, 1 or 2, usually about up to 1.5 miles per gallon of an improvement when unloaded is what we've seen, but each truck is a little bit different.
Usually the higher the horsepower tune you run and the more conservatively that you drive the truck, the better the economy that you'll actually get.
So I would say, from what we've seen in these platforms, a good 40 horsepower bump over stock is not stressing the system out. We look at turbocharger efficiency, and that's really one of the big limitations that we have when pushing the power output and doing our calibration uprates. So if we take the same data that we've seen with the 3 liters as what we've seen in the 2.8s and the 6.6s, it would support that, this is with a good driving style, with a proper vehicle maintenance, this would be just as reliable.
So for me personally, what that difference is going to look like, a lot of times with stock trucks, you're going to have that dead pedal where you've got to really lean into it, especially when you're towing. When you've got these tuned trucks like this one, it's very easy, it's very light. You don't have to force anything. You can just kind of roll with it and go from there.
The first thing that jumps out is the throttle response. I mean, that's one of the first things I know Nick and the guys in tuning focus on and calibrate for quite a bit. I mean, we're cruising 60, 70 miles an hour right now. I tip into the throttle, the thing downshifts and takes off. So the biggest thing is throttle response. I can feel the truck not flattening out on that top end. Once we get up into the RPM range and find that torque curve, I find it carrying through quite a bit more. As where the stock, you get to a certain RPM mark and you can tell, hey, the truck's out of juice, it's gonna hit that upshift and get back into the torque band. That torque band's a lot wider now. Compared to stock, I mean, it's a very, very drastic difference.
So tunes that are included, we have a 20 horsepower and a 40 horsepower. The 20 horse I would run if I was towing something closer to this truck's gross vehicle weight rating. And I mean, honestly, I would probably be in the 40 horse tune the vast majority of the time. It's the most peppy, and like I said before, if you're driving the truck conservatively, you can get the best economy on that tune. Then the trans tune really ties it all together, because without the trans tuning, when you get on it, try to get out in traffic, these trucks, the defuel is pretty dramatic, and it just has that annoying lag between gears. And with the trans tuning, it's a nice, crisp, firm shift, but it's not jarring. It doesn't feel unpleasant in any way.
So these newer controllers are becoming more and more complex. So there isn't this way of, we send a controller out, you flash the vehicle. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to pull the engine control module and trans control module out of the truck. We have instructions over at Duramaxtuner.com in our knowledge base. But the controllers are going to have to be sent out, and then we end up sending them the HP tuner to be unlocked. They've been really quick with turnaround time. Usually within about 2 days, they're able to turn them around and get them unlocked. Once you receive the controllers, you're going to have our hardware that we would have supplied you in that timeline as well. You're going to plug the controllers back into the truck. You're going to plug your HP Tuner MPVI3 into the OBD2 port, and you're going to basically gather reads for both the ECM and the TCM, and then we ask that you gather an info log as well. Those files will be emailed into stockfile at Duramaxtuner.com. We'll add that into the order queue for the guys in tuning, and usually within a business day we're able to turn around those tune files for you to flash.